Hello everyone, good morning. This is Miss Neha here, and today we will continue with our next lesson, lesson 3, use units to measure length. Our page numbers are 679 till 682, and your homework pages are 681 till 682. So let's begin. Now, in this lesson, we have two vocabulary words, measure and length unit. In our previous lesson, we have learned shortest, longest, longer, shorter, length. And today we will learn what's the meaning of measure and length unit. Now, before we begin this lesson, I want you to take cubes. If you have in your home, you can use this cube for this lesson. So I know all of you or most of you have these cubes, so we will be using these cubes to solve our questions. Now, let's have a quick review what we learned yesterday. Now, we learned about indirect measurements, right? How we can compare two objects using a string, right? You remember we did this yesterday? Now, as you can see here, question number 1, 2, 3, 4, I have two similar objects. Now, if I want to measure them without putting them together with the help of a string, how will I do it? So let's quickly do it. If I take my place, if I place the string below here, okay, suppose this is my string, okay? Now, my string starts from here and ends still here. The same string if I place under this ruler. So now you can tell me which is longer. If you select this one, then you are correct. This is the longer one, right? Now, question number 2. Now here you have two eraser. The same thing if I place my string here, if I place my string here and here, which is the shorter one? Bravo, the pink one is the shorter one. Now 3 and 4, we did this yesterday, right? Which is the shorter one here? Let me place my string here. The same string, I place it here. Now, which pencil is shorter? The blue one or the red one? Excellent. The red pencil over here is the shorter one. Now, the pin, I put my string here and I put my string here. Which is longer? Which pin is longer? Excellent. The red pin is longer. So you know how to compare objects using the third object, that is the string, right? Now, measure. What do you mean by measure? Measure means you measure an object using cubes or other tools to find the length. Again, you measure an object using cubes or other tools to find the length. Now look at this picture. I have a marker here. There's a blue marker. Now I want to measure this marker. I want to check how long this marker is or how short this marker is. We did this longer and shorter with the help of a string. Now here we will use cubes or other tools to find the length. Now this marker, as you can see, I want to find how long this marker is. So I will use the cubes. You see here, these 3 cubes. So I can tell here that this marker is 3 cubes longer. Right? 3 cubes long. This is what is called measure. It means an object using cubes or other tools to find the length. You know what's the meaning of length, right? You start from one end all the way to another end. The distance from this point till this point. This is length. Now, if I want to measure the length, I will use cubes. Okay? Now, what do you mean by length unit? Length unit means it is the shorter object that is used to measure the length of longer object. Now length units, if I want to measure something, as you can see here, there's a pencil here. I want to measure this pencil. Now what tools I can use to measure this pencil? I can use a cube, you can see here, or I can use a straw, I can use my hand, or you can use paper clips, you can use so many things, right? So the number of tools you use, this is called length unit. Okay, the object, the shorter object, they are very small objects that you use to measure the longer object. Okay, now here if I want to measure my pencil, I will use cubes. I will place all my cubes here, and then I will get my answer that this pencil is this many cubes long. Okay, so once again, what is length unit? It is the shorter object that is used to measure the length of longer object. Now, what can you see here? Boys, what can you see here? It's a truck, right? Now, you see, what can you see beside this truck over here? These are the teddy bears, right? Now, if I want to measure the length of this truck, what will I use? I will use a length unit. Now, here in this picture, they have used bear counters. These are the teddy bear counters that they place together in one line to know how long this truck is. So you see how many teddy bears they put? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I can say this truck is 11 bear counters long. You see? So this is the length of the truck. Now, the same truck, if I want to measure with the cube. Now, look here. When I place all my cube together, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can say that this truck is 5 cubes long. Easy? Yes, it's very easy. It will be fun. I want you to take the cubes and you can measure objects around you. Now here, look at this pencil. Now what is the length unit over here? The paper clips, right? Now these are the 2 pencils, right? Now here they use the bigger paper clips. Over here they use the shorter paper clips. Now this pencil is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 paper clips long. And this pencil is 3 paper clips long. Okay? What you need to do here is you will just place exactly beside one another. You have to make a train. Okay? You will not put far away from each other. No, you have to place it like you're making a train. Now let's watch the video for better understanding.
How do you measure an object? Let's find out. Use copies of a shorter object to measure a longer object. Lay each copy of the shorter object end to end. This will be the length unit. What is a length unit?
This is what we learned, right?
A length unit is the unit that is used to measure length, such as a cube or a paper clip. What length unit is being used to measure the length of the marker?
What did we use? A cube.
The length unit is a cube. How do you measure the marker using the length unit? You can lay 4 connecting cubes below the marker from one end to the other end to measure. The marker is 4 cubes long. Don't leave gaps or overlap the cubes.
Your measurement won't be right.
Why is it important not to leave any gaps between the cubes?
Because you will not get the correct measurement.
If you leave gaps, then your measurement will be too small, and it will not be correct. Why is it important not to overlap the cubes? If you overlap the cubes, then your measurement will be too large, and it will not be correct. What is the correct way to use cubes to measure an object's length?
What do you have to do? You have to make a train, right? Make a train.
The cubes should be connected in a train. Now you know how to use cubes to measure the length of an object.
So you know how to do it? Yes. Now let's begin with our lesson. Quickly open your book, page number 679. Now here, how can you use connecting cubes to tell how long the pencil is? Now I want to measure the length of this pencil using the cubes. So I want you to take the cubes and place it over here. Now it depends. Most of you might have bigger cubes. Some of you have smaller cubes. It's okay. But you have to make a train. Remember, you don't need to overlap or don't leave gaps. You have to make a straight train to see how many cubes you need to measure this pencil. Now, I will use one. I place my cubes here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you see how many cubes are there to measure this pencil? So this pencil is 5 cubes long. The answers might be different. It depends on the size of your cube, okay? So just keep remember, don't place the cubes away from each other. Like over here, I make a train, a straight train, okay? So for me, I need 5 cubes. So this pencil is 5 cubes long, okay? Now, next page. Now you see over here up, we know what's the meaning of measure, we know what's the meaning of length unit, right? Now here, guided practice, use cubes to measure the length. Now this is number 1, is a stapler, right? Now if you place the cubes over here, so you will need exactly 4 cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4. So when you place your cubes, you place it like a train and your answer will be 4 cubes. Now what about this eraser? How long is it? Let me use my cubes over here. 1, 2. So this eraser is 2 cubes long. Okay? Next. Now, this is an independent practice. It's very easy. I know you all can do it. Use cubes to measure the length. Now, the tape, okay, you have to measure the length, how long the tape is. So you will place all your cubes here, you count the number of cubes and you write it here. The same thing over here with the glue. This is the glue, and you put your cubes here and then you will write your answer here. Okay, now question number 5 also, you have to do it like that. Read, measure the length and height of the calculator. So again, the same thing, you will put your cubes here and you will measure the height, how long, how tall is it, and the length, how long is it. Okay, our last page. This is the problem solving. Question number 6 I will solve with you, and the questions I want you to do it by yourself. Now here, measure the length of the eraser. Can the eraser fit inside a box that is 4 cubes long? Circle yes or no. Now here they're asking us, there's an eraser. Now, a box that is 4 cubes long. If I place my 4 cubes here, do you think it will fit? Yes or no? Now, this is what you will do. You will take your cubes and you will place it here. But for me, as in the previous page, you see it's 2 cubes long, right? So for me, my answer is no. It's only, erase it and write it properly. Only 2 cubes, because if I place my cubes here, this will be 1 cube and this will be another cube, right? But for you, if you're able to fit 4 cubes together, so your answer will be yes. Okay, now question number 7, the same thing. Can measure the length of the paintbrush. Can the paintbrush fit inside a case that is 5 cubes long? Circle yes or no. So you have to place your cubes here, and then you have to say whether it is 5 cubes. Are you able to fit 5 cubes over here? If you're able to fit, your answer will be yes. If you are not able to fit, your answer will be no, and then you will write how many cubes you used here. Okay, so question number 8 and 9, you have to solve it. So very easy. This lesson is quite fun. So I hope you all understand this lesson. Thank you very much. Take care, stay safe, stay clean, and see you tomorrow in the next lesson.